Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? Hello. I'm streaming right now, by the way, for a little bit. Not too long.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, I'm killing some time for a bit because I'm off tonight. But I ran into the homeless couple I help, and I told them that I would help them out with something to eat. But they're usually not around there until 8.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just killing some time. How you doing?
I'd say pretty decent. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, they're usually at the Wells Fargo around 8. So I figured, oh, I'll mess around for a little bit before I go over there. I did tell them I'd help them, make them like a sandwich or something. I haven't decided yet, but or give them
Hey,
something to eat.
so kind, man. That's what I love. I love to hear stuff like that.
Thank you.
It's like genuinely heartwarming, man.
I know what it's like to have nothing. I pretty much always have nothing. So they're very nice. I know that they would, help me if I needed it. So it's all a good thing.
Yep.
If you like
Yeah,
the
I love
stream
to hear
title,
stuff
by
like
the way,
that, man.
you should go look at the stream. Look at the title.
But yeah, that is the antithesis of every PC game release nowadays.
Yeah, the
What major
Borderlands
bug
4 just
problems?
came out today, and their response to how badly it runs is they're making an optimization guide. I'm like, that's your job. Why aren't you doing that? They're charging so much for it. The game is like $130 for everything.
Yep. Out the gate. They did the same thing with Borderlands 3.
Really?
You had to pay like basically the same. Yep, you had to basically pay the same amount, close to get everything on release. It's like, yeah, instead of having all this content, all packed into the base game and charging $70, nope. But then the fans are like, additional content. It's like, no, it's just the content that should have been in the game already, but they took it out and charged you for it.
Yeah. Well, it's at the top sellers, so as much as people complain, they keep buying that slop. So, what incentive
Exactly.
do
It's
they
like Call
have
of
to
Duty.
release a functional game? There's no incentive at all.
Hmm.
Do the bare minimum optimization,
Borderlands,
people
bro.
still buy it.
Hmm.
People don't understand voting with their wallet. I see a game run that
Yep.
poorly, like, I am not buying it. Full stop. I don't care how awesome it looks, what kind of game it is.
Hmm. Monster Hunter Wilds was gifted to me. I didn't even really want the game. And I barely even touched it. Like most of the time I spent with the game was turned as an STX. Couldn't even actually really play the game.
Yeah.
And the time I did have to play it, I don't know if I show you screenshots, but I had to make the game look like even worse than the PS1 game to get it to run. Like I showed my brother a screenshot. It was hilarious. Let me send them to you. Like I had to make the game look like a science experiment.
What's up, Nightside? Hello. Relatively short stream, by the way, but I'm gonna boot back up after I go out for a bit. We'll see. About 90 minutes or so. See that automated response I posted in my Discord? They're saying we know PC optimization can be a bit tricky.
No, 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 I haven't seen it.
Oh man. Bunch
I
of
mean, our team
clowns.
is just working tirelessly to fix the
They're
problem.
working around the clock to fix it. They're working real hard. You
Mhm.
entitled gamers, you don't understand how hard it is. Give us your money. Yeah, the gaming
I mean, we're losing
Borderlands
hairs.
fandom needs to take a note from DSP and do a wage quit. Their support is terrible. Ending the stream. That's what they need to do. What's up, Powerful? How's PGR going for you? How's the quest to get Virgil? I haven't heard any updates in a while. We still got a couple days left. How's this game so far? A couple patches from being great. Good game, but a couple patches from being great. Probably gonna go on Lost Soul side a little bit after I run through this, and then I have to refund mission to go to the store.
Yeah, as you can see from that screenshot I sent you. Yeah, I had to make Monster Hunter Wilds look like that in order to play it at a like even a decent FPS. I think it still ran at like 30 or 40 frames per second, despite it looking like an atrocity.
People say, like, I played Rise, and I like that. I was more of a fan of the Monster Hunter clones. I really liked the Tokine games. God Eater 3 I really enjoyed. And I did like almost everything in those games. I didn't really like how slow Monster Hunter was. And I had people say, like, oh, you know, this one's Wilds is faster. You might actually like it. I was interested in trying it. Then I see the overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. And, yeah, I wasn't exactly going rabid to spend $70 on something like that. So I never played it. They're promising the next update is supposed to be performance fixes. I'll believe it when I see it. If it was any kind of priority,
I highly doubt it.
would have done it months ago. Not when the review rating for it is beyond repair. So yeah, I don't believe that for a second. It would be nice if it was true, but they're not really giving a lot of reason to actually believe them. Plus, it's been broken for months, despite how much it sold. Like, they don't have anybody that can even remotely try to get it into a playable state. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith there. I'm sure most people don't either.
Yep. They know it's an engine problem, but they got to sell a dream. Because they got to sell some not expansions, but crossover stuff. And
30 pulls away. Yeah, you might be able to manage. That's a good Lightning team, yeah. Yeah, those A-rank characters are more than usable for the point in the game you're at. They are more than usable, trust me. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this Shadow Gem. Try to go for a another Blood Gem. What's this do again? Yeah. There's another level 2 in here. Nope.
fleet programmers to fix the issue.
Working around the clock. We couldn't work around the clock when we were making the game. We need your money. We need you to buy the $130 Super Deluxe Edition. But we're working around the clock now, okay? We got the big cash infusion from all you suckers. We're gonna fix it, we promise. How is it that like Dynasty Warriors Origins of all franchises is like one of the best PC ports this year, or like a major release? How does that make sense to you? I can't wrap my head around it, man. Especially as somebody who was around for the DW9 port, and like Arslan and Berserk, like these ports were horrible. Sanada as well, like what is going on here? Now the Borderlands game, like you can't even get like barely above 60 FPS on a 5090 without frame generation. Like, what is going on here? I don't understand.
Some bizarro world stuff.
Did you see any clickbait videos about Origins running poorly? No, I don't even think they could lie that much. Like it ran. It was a functional game at launch. It has its faults gameplay-wise, but it was a functional game. I don't know. Game industry's cooked, man.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know. It's like they're building games for PCs that, like, I don't know, PCs that comes out like 5 years or 6 years from now.
That's pretty much what Arkham Knight was. Arkham Knight was like that.
Yeah.
They barely even did anything to Arkham Knight. They took it down and put it back. I think they improved it a little bit, but just the hardware got better. You just brute force. That's pretty much what the, on a lesser extent, Arslan and Spirit of Sanada are like that. Like, nobody could run Arslan or Spirit of Sanada when they came out, but, you know, I kind of just randomly bought... You were there for those streams when I played Arslan. They ran perfectly for me.
Yep.
I was also playing it like 6 years after it came out. Not at all a recent game.
Good old roguelikes.
Yeah, people are really tired of these, but I mean, this is the kind of stuff I grew up with, so I never really resonate with those complaints. I mean, this is kind of shit I had as a kid. Always going to the arcades and playing games.
Hey, I say, as long as it's fun to you, that's what matters.
Yeah. I got 5 blood gems already, so that's pretty good.
I went to, well, I don't know if I'm going to talk about that here, but Fiend Buso, he was, like, when he was streaming, I asked him about the on-the-fly weapon switching for Ninja Gaiden 2, and apparently he said he'd been figured that out, but I don't know if he released a mod for it yet.
Oh.
That's why I was super confused. I was like, "What? You already figured it out?"
I don't know. I don't envy what he does, to be honest. Just a rag on him. It's just that community has a lot of nincompoops in it.
Yeah.
Play the same game over and over. They're all complaining about 4, and he's been the one to say, like, he's the one that said it looks pretty good. He's like, you know, the games are different. It's hard for people to understand that, I guess.
It's about time there's some level of variety added to this guy. I mean, there should be some level of, like, because you know how Devil May Cry does it, right? Like, you juggle enemies, you stay in the air, they're safe. But they look at that and they're like, you know what, that's too casual. Even though you're styling, even though you're switching weapons, even though you're engaging your brain, that's too casual. So they want you to still get command grabbed and exploded for half your health and all that. It's like, there should be some level of variety. Like, yeah, I think it should still be punishing in the sense because that's Ninja Gaiden, but at the same time, allow me to style. And while I'm styling, it's not very, like, I don't know, interruptible.
This game is pissing me off. This is way too much fucking health. I keep trying to give this game a chance, but bosses just have way too much health. It feels like you don't get the right stuff. It's just impossible to kill anything. You could, like, cut their health by half,
So
the
it's
game
like-
would still be challenging.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of sick of this game, to be honest. Said this was supposed to be a fun game. I'm like, it's not fun. It's fun when it wants to be. But they make the stat scaling go up so much that you can't kill anything. Idea of difficulty is HP sponges.
Oh yeah. DW9.
Oh yeah, that was the epitome of bad difficulty. I think most people had already stopped playing by that point, so I don't know if anyone made any videos on it, but yeah, you could do like a 6-minute combo video on every generic officer because they just gave them that much health. Like, do they just have like some contempt for the people that were still playing? It actually stuck around because the game did get a lot better. It got a lot better after patching, but damage was already done by that point. Both by the game itself, the quality of the game itself, and then, you know, the community as well. Like, those people that stuck around, I stuck around until the end of the updates, because they did make the game a lot better. I did have some legitimate bugs, but I don't understand what the purpose of that update was. It's like, screw you, couple people that are still playing. You need to touch grass and play something else, I guess. I don't know. I really don't get it. Dude, like if you played through that whole game, they did like a fresh playthrough on that difficulty, it would probably take like dozens of hours longer because of how much health the thing has. There was nothing in that game that could make you offset how much health they had. It would have just been legit.
Wow.
There are 10 officers, you're doing like an hour of combo videos. I don't know anybody who played it for more than a few minutes. There are people in my community that can attest to playing it for like a few minutes. This is the epitome of HP spun close. Like, who's going to play this? No one did, really. I'm glad that Origins was not designed like that, where, you know, yeah, the builds and stuff got neutered really hard, but they didn't really go overboard with giving the enemies too much health, so it wasn't that bad. He basically just had to be, he had to be at the right level. If you weren't at the right level, then it was a slog. But you know, that's pretty normal for games, to be honest. That's not really anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the issue with Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 in game was horrible. Um, you there was like giant health pools like you were just talking about. There's like overpowered levels, so I don't know how much percentage it increases each overpowered level, but it goes up to overpowered 10, and it's infamously really difficult. Um, you would get hit by one tick of damage over time, and it will stay on you, and you'll get down. But there's no cooldown period for when you get hit by damage over time. So if you get up, you could get hit by another damage over time. You'll get down again. It's very frustrating. Uh, um, and also you tickle enemies unless you use an element called slag. And the game forces you to use it. Like you have no choice but to use it. It's really bad, like the design, and that's why they steered away from it in the like games after. They knew that they messed up with that. It's so dumb because with the last expansion they made, which came out and actually that came out like I think like 20, I forget when, like 2019, 2020. They made the game even more unbalanced. Like they added strong weapons, but the overpowered 10 level made it so that because it was 8 originally for a long time, and then it made it to 10, and yeah, it was even worse balance. So yeah, don't know what they were participating in, but yeah, really bad design.
Yeah, it does sound pretty bad. Not as bad as the Vita port for that game. That was an embarrassment. I think that was actually considerably worse than Borderlands 4. They were honestly expecting that bunk-ass port to be the thing that would save the Vita outside of Japan. And I remember when it came out, people were like, you know, a Walmart laptop for probably not much more than a Vita would cost. Especially because the Vita had a pretty nasty hidden cost with the memory card. Like, the thing was essentially useless without the memory card. Could run the game better. And, like, yeah, it doesn't fit in your pocket, but, you know, the Borderlands 2 PC port, not PC, but Vita port was barely what you would consider playable. It was like, I never played it myself, but they went through the effort of making, like, a whole bundle for it, like a whole boxed bundle for it, because they were thinking it was going to be the Hail Mary for Western support for the Vita, which made no sense, because anybody who had a Vita would tell you the Western support for it, at least for like AAA stuff, ended after the launch window. So basically, like the first year, all the Western studios had dipped. So I don't know what the purpose of that was, but when it came out, basically, it was below 30 FPS like at all times, and had a high chance of crashing.
My internet bugged out there.
I don't know what their goal was with that, but it dug the Vita's grave. There was nobody who liked that. I mean, it was actively the worst way to play it, and like I said, with the Vita has a fuck ton of hidden costs because the memory card was proprietary. So the 64 gig one was like about $100. So like if you had that already, maybe you could justify it, but it was still garbage. I mean, the Muso games were running better on that thing, which is crazy to think about, but it is true. I got one more slot here. 2 more slots. Peace. This is probably where the run dies. Don't get attached. Yeah, doing shit damage. Yeah, I think it might be time to
no.
end this game. I'm tired of these HP sponges. All that stuff, and I'm like still not doing any damage. I legit don't understand what I'm doing wrong in this game.
It's
Make
just
an
the game
annoying
itself.
projectile spam
Sadly.
boss have like 50 trillion health. Can't even kill this little flower. Just suddenly start doing no damage. Oh great. I just wasted 20 minutes of my life because their HP scaling is out of control. Like, these boss movesets are like actually pretty cool. But they just have way too much health. Just HP sponges.
You gotta find a fine balance between the health amount of health and also the amount of time.
Way worse designed bosses like this, but those games knew how to keep their health under control. That's the problem with this. It's actually considerable effort into making like compelling bosses with patterns. There's like just dodge moves and stuff. It's actually quite a bit more involved than the average like boss fight. You know, where they just don't have a lot to them, and the main thing is to burst them down. It's just I'm not able to find a way to burst them down. They just have so much health. Like, I just don't understand what's going on. I paid for this game myself, so I don't have any obligation to make videos for this.
Yeah.
Might just go in the Disney vault, play movies or something. This is starting to really piss me off. I've been trying to get past this difficulty for days now. It's always this boss here. Give it a trillion HP. What beast deserves it to have this much health? I want to know why they give it this much health.
Probably like artificial time bloat.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother continuing. I'm just gonna give up. What a waste of time. Yeah, let's play something else. That game could be fun if they could keep their stat pools in check. We're just gonna add in like the 5 minutes it takes to get to the next level, we're gonna give them like several more digits of HP. And people are saying, I guess if you get past that difficulty, the game becomes fun again. Alright, let's play something else. I'm not in the mood to be chrono triggered today, so that's as far as it goes. I've already tried like multiple times to get past that today. That one was not promising because I already wasted a revive on the third boss, but then my damage just dropped off a cliff, so it wasn't worth continuing. I guess it's one of those games where you get farther in the difficulties, it gets easier. One of those weirdly designed games like that. That's what they're saying. That difficulty I was just on, I guess if you can power through that, the game becomes fun again. Because things don't take like 30 minutes to die. But I'm not sure if I have the patience. Because it's not a skill thing. It's just an endurance test. I actually like that you have to dodge the bosses, and they have like patterns. They don't do like random stuff. They actually feel like real bosses. But They're like bosses from a real action game, but you know they have like an extra 10 digits of health. That's the problem. You know, if it was like 2 minutes tops with that level of challenge and how much damage they do, I'd be fine with it. But if you just don't get there with any damage, I mean, you're just cooked. You either gotta play out of your mind in a game that's permadeath, or just give up. Like, there wasn't even any point in continuing. My damage just fell off too much. I had that super, the Iaido slash was supposed to, like, do, like, way more damage, but even when I charged it up, it was only doing, like, a third of a health bar. It was doing absolutely nothing.
Wow.
I don't really think that's skill. I think it's, you know, not getting damage. Which is, like, one of the least fun things about roguelikes, is when it's balanced around getting lucky with the things that you get, instead of your own player skill. Oh man, this is running poorly. I was doing this yesterday, too. I don't know what the heck's wrong with this. Might have to give up on this for today, too. Why is this running so bad?
Mm-hmm.
Get infected with the Borderlands 4 virus game, you okay?
No. Not you too.
Nothing to really get upset about. I've already finished this game. I'm not too worried about it.
Does it have a Bloody Palace type mode?
It doesn't. No, it really needs one.
Especially with the flashy combat and stuff. Sure, it wouldn't be too hard to implement, right? Just give us a little room and have enemies spawn in. I wish in Bloody Palace type game like modes there was like a random spawn sort of mode where you can have like random enemies spawn in rather than like the same.
I mean,
types.
not outside of character action games, official randomizers have been becoming more of a thing. It's mostly Metroidvanias that have them. I think the interesting thing about Bloodstained is they said that they were going to do a roguelike mode, but it was too difficult for them, so they made it a randomizer, but the randomizer was, like, better anyway. But yeah, character action games could definitely do something like that, I agree. But official randomizers are still kind of a very niche thing. There's not a lot of, not a lot of games that add that kind of thing officially. It's mostly, fans do it, like Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer is very popular. A lot of like Golden Age, like retro games, like Link to the Past, Super Metroid. Like all those games.
I played Deus Ex. Playing classic Deus Ex with randomizer, that is extremely fun because like it kind of encourages you to come up with creative ways to get out of certain scenarios.
What game?
Deus Ex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how I prefer to play that game with the randomizers. Really fun. I need some water. I'm thirsty. Go grab a bottle.
バックホーンスピリットドラゴンに守られているということなのか、もしくはバックホーンスピリットドラゴンが異次元への入り口であるかもしれないとか。ありえるな。
Yeah, I know some people were asking me about that Starfire game. We definitely need a lot of patience to play that game. I think they didn't know what they wanted the boss fights to be. They didn't know if they wanted them to be like most roguelikes, where, you know, you can just crush them instantly. I mean, I think that would have been better overall, because that's what people want to do in that kind of game anyway. But then, like, they actually made, like, honest boss, then they're just slogs. And that's a problem for two reasons. The first is that it's exhausting. The second is that the game doesn't have alternate bosses. That's one thing that could really reduce the monotony of playing roguelikes, is if there or like alternate bosses per level or biome. I think that helps a ton. So when a game doesn't have that and you give them that much health, it makes people get burnt out like really fast. So I think they either need to like up damage across the board so that the fights aren't a slog, like regardless of the choices that you make or like how lucky you get, and then like reduce their health pool, and I think the game would feel a lot better. But unfortunately, you just get there with shit damage and it just feels like a Monster Hunter fight, and like that in itself is not a bad thing. There are not many games in general that have boss fights that good. It's not a bad thing. The difference is you're gonna be fighting that boss like hundreds of times if you actually like the game, so they need to be not so padded. Why is this so choppy? This is pissing me off, man. I'm getting so tired of PC gaming. How do they get so bad at making these games? Like, I don't understand.
I found myself playing a lot of low spec indie games.
Uma, would you be able to walk me through updating my BIOS? Maybe that's part of the problem.
Your motherboard?
Just the BIOS. I'm thinking that, I mean, it's probably not going to help much, but I've heard that sometimes it can fix problems for people. I just don't, I've never done it before, so it's like mega anxiety even thinking about doing it, but I'm thinking it might be worth pursuing. I just would need help with somebody to walk me through it. I hear it's not as scary as it sounds, but have you ever done it before?
There is, like, I've done it, but I kind of forgot how I'd done it. I'll probably have to watch a YouTube video. But, I'm trying to remember. So you grab I remember you grab the file from the official, website that whatever company, BIOS is manufactured from. And then you basically go into your BIOS and then you drop it in there. It should be able to detect it off the USB drive that you have. But I'm sure it's like slightly different depending on the brand. I think I have a starts with an M. What the heck company is this?
Oh yeah, Gigabyte? Yeah, I've had one of their ones before.
Yeah, their thing is kind of weird because you have to go down the line of other updates before you can actually like get the most recent updates, and it's like very specific. It was kind of annoying going through it, but then I eventually figured it out.
Maybe we can look into it later. Probably not today.
Okay.
Trying to keep it chill today. You know, like, Starfire was pissing me off, I just immediately hopped off it. None of the never give up mentality today.
Naruto.
Yeah, I have that problem. Like, if I start something, I mean, it's common with people who have the mental illnesses I have, but it's just, if I start doing, it can be hard to start doing something, but if I start, I can't stop, even when I'm getting, like, really frustrated. So, I've been getting better at that. Like, that game was pissing me off, so I just turned it off. Like, you know, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Especially because this is my day off, I should be relaxing. I'm not getting chrono triggered over stupid stuff.
Yep. That's good that you really
Yeah,
starting to.
I'm getting
well,
better
sorry,
at
but
it for sure. I mean, it's very common. I thought it was just me, but you know, when you're like clinically neurodivergent, it's very common. It can be hard to start
Yeah.
something, but when you start, you can't stop. And there's good and bad sides to that. You know, but something important that needs to get done, like bills or you know, cleaning or whatever, or errands, you know, it always gets done, no matter what. But when it's stuff that's not as simple, like trying to fix computer stuff or broken games, there may not actually be a solution. That's the problem. That's why I get stuck, is I
Yep.
keep trying and trying. Like, you know what? It's their job to fix it. It was never once my job to begin with. Frustrated about it, it's
Yep.
not going to do anything. Sometimes it can, but it really comes down to they need to make a functional product. They're going to charge us $70. That's exactly why I would not buy something like Borderlands 4, because I know that would be hours of tech support. Where the
Yep.
solution is basically they need to make something that works. The exorbitant price they're charging. That's all it is, really.
Precisely. Yep.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on neurodivergence and stuff. I kind of came to the realization that my quirks are actually normal for the shit I've been through. But all I can really do is just kind of optimize it. Like, I could tell that game was pissing me off, so I just kind of hopped off it. Apparently it's not unique to me either. A lot of people have been complaining about the difficulty. Artificial difficulty is more accurate.
Yep. Damn, that was some good water, man. I'll just drink a bottle of Deer Park water. That was some good stuff. Prestige.
That's one reason why I don't try to get a review key for everything, because if it just ends up being a frustrating slog like that game can be. You know, I'm forced to make content for it. If I pay for it myself, I don't have to do shit. I don't like it, you know, it goes straight to the shelf.
Even thinking about how agonizing that would be to review something while also just being annoyed the entire time, or not even just being, it's just not an enjoyable experience overall. That'd be something
Part
else.
of the problem is the patch culture makes it really hard to review things. I mean, like, they've improved this game a ton. It's only been out like 2 weeks, and they've done like 4 major patches. But, you know, like, people aren't going to go back. Now, granted, it's not hot in the algorithm anymore, so that's one reason. But also, like, you gotta consider, even people who legitimately do want to go back, Silk Song just came out, Borderlands 4 just came out. You know, there's just not enough time. So, I really think they should put more effort into making games, like, in a better state at launch. Because unfortunately, if you patch things, it's really nice for the people that stick around, but a lot of people just don't have the time, or they don't keep up, or they may have even like uninstalled or returned the game. So this game is definitely susceptible to that as well. I'm really glad that I didn't rush a combat overview for this, because they've actually done like combat changes in this game as well, and the platforming. Like, all those things have been optimized, changed.
リーフルさんがオーブについてもっと詳しく教えてくれていればな。
アリーナさんってセレリアを本名で呼ぶのね。
何か問題か？
いいえ、むしろすごくかっこいい。
落ちろ！倒すぞ！この力に刮目せよ。狙われているのか。
狙われてる。気をつけない。
Man, the combat, dude.
Yeah, this game doesn't deserve the reputation it has. Especially because they have fixed things faster than big companies. You know, they've already put out like multiple major patches in, you know, like barely 2 weeks. Now, granted, it is fair to say if they could get it done that quickly, it should have been in a better state to begin with. But I don't know. People were saying this is the worst game ever made. I'm like, you guys need better media literacy if you think this is the worst game ever.
Yeah, that's a reach and a half. I mean, I can tell you.
Even
I
in
think
the
it's the worst
small,
game.
super niche of character action games, you can do a lot worse than this game. But that's just how YouTube works in general right now. Is the circle jerk of negativity.
Yep, sadly.
I'm enjoying playing it. It's got its faults, but I've had fun with it.
少しは持ちこたえろよ。悪い。気をつけろ。
つらは剣を投げている男から命令を受けているのか？
さあな、ビクターは撤退
Yeah,
した。
'cause I haven't even played this game, and
帝国兵だ。
I already know this isn't.
その気なら相手してやる。
I know they probably aren't being hyperbolic too. They're just saying it, like you said, for
Negative videos do
For the
better
sake
on
of
YouTube
views.
than positive ones. It's been like that for ages. The problem is with stuff like Borderlands, is people still buy the game anyway. It's just like that's what's perpetuating this happening. They want more and more for these games, and they get worse at making them. You guys need to have some discipline and not buy stuff like that. Randy Pitchford does not need another yacht. Support these guys. They owned up to their flaws and they fixed like most of the things wrong with this game in a short period of time. They don't need games to be perfect at launch, just at least some effort to make a functional product. Apparently Borderlands 4 is not that from what I've seen. I was watching somebody with a 4090 play that this morning, and without the frame generation on, the game was stuttering like crazy. I'm like, dude, this guy's got a content creator computer. How do you mean to tell me it's not working?
right.
Like easily probably 10K computer.
記録しちゃおう。
Yeah, I'm starting to see more and more in the recommended specs on Steam. They'll say, "Oh, recommend frame generation." What?
Yeah.
Like that should be frame generation should be like not even as used as it is. Like I just hate that it's such a crutch for
It is.
developers. Such a crutch.
Oh yeah.
気をつけろ、賢くいくぞ。
気をつけない。
And it's gonna it's only gonna get worse actually because I mean more and more we see companies using AI and then also Unreal Engine 5. The engine hasn't been completely cracked yet, like as far as like just understanding how it works to its fullest. So at least this was from what I heard. That's why we get in a bunch of games with just a really poor optimization. Like it's in tech, like when we first seen the first round of games come out, it was like basically in tech demo mode. As far as them understanding what the engine could like really do and how to really optimize it. That was the issue with Unreal Engine 4 as well. Like it was never really completely figured out. That's why games that ran on that engine, it was still not really the best performance. Like I'm thinking of Gears of War 5, that I think that ran on RE4, or that's not RE4, UE4, and that game performance was not that good.
大丈夫か？
And then there was Borderlands 3.
正気を失っている。我が力よく見ておれ。これはどうだ？
And this boss looks pretty cool.
This game in general has a better quality of bosses than like the average DMC. There aren't really that many shit bosses. They say the problem is more that when they run out of steam at the end, you keep fighting the same elite guys over and over. But the human bosses in particular are like really good. Worst game ever, by the way. Worst game ever.
I'm really starting to think it's a skill issue.
Huh?
ありがとう。
この
I
辺
said, I'm really starting to think it's a skill issue on their end.
Worst game ever, by the way. Almost done getting maxing everything out. Yeah, I only need like 16 more points.
あなたたち
主はい
リアナ、
わからない
いつもさ
誰もいな
ここのふ
爆音
その前にどう物語を記録する私には
I don't
初
feel
め
like
て
fighting
の
this
ことばっ
boss
かり
right
だっ
now. I'll
た
come back to it later. Game's kind of performing a little bit weird. Might just need to restart the computer. That's enough of the worst video game ever made for now.
God. This game is terrible. Jeez.
You know, that's pretty much why the companies are willing to work with channels of my size. You know, I'm not a top 1%er. I live in poverty. I make barely any money, but they know that they're going to get better advertising from somebody like me for a game like that versus a channel that just kind of plays everything that's, you know, large in size. They know that we'll have a more objective opinion on it. So, unfortunately, I didn't know how to get keys for that game until I had already paid for it. It was like very difficult to get keys for that game for some reason. I guess you had to find the community manager, and I don't really use Twitter anywhere near as much as I used to. So, but it's fine. I don't know if I really would have wanted to review it at launch anyway, because it had all those problems. It's mostly fixed now.
Yep. I wonder if there's any like open mouth Big Mac like thumbnails for this game.
Yeah, shitting on it, and undeservedly so. It does not deserve. It didn't deserve that even in the launch date with all the optimization problems and stuff. It didn't deserve the title of being like the worst game ever. It never once did. But I guess it's easy to. It's easier and more profitable to make content like that instead of you know, something more honest or objective. You know, they actually play the game for more than 10 minutes. But it seems like most people in the character action community are generally positive towards it. Which, I mean, in one way, that's a good thing, but it's kind of also a bad thing because the game is $60. I feel like Sony did them dirty. That game should not be $60. I think part of the problem is it's like published by Sony and it's the same price as stuff like God of War Ragnarok, and I'm going to be honest with you, like, the campaign quality and stuff is way worse than that. But you're pricing it in the same bracket as those games, you know, like the Horizon games and Spider-Man and stuff. I really think they should have cut their losses and removed like $10 or $20 from the price. And I think people would have been a little bit more forgiving towards it, but admittedly the price point is a big part of the problem. That's kind of the problem with everybody wanting to charge AAA prices for stuff. It's like, well, you know, those are like the highest quality, most polished games with the biggest volume of content. So if you're going to price it like that, people are going to expect that, even if it's unrealistic. Like, obviously, The Lost Soul Aside was only made by like 30 people, so the fact that it's as good as it is, and all the shit they had to deal with to even get the game finished, is very impressive, but I feel like Sony got too greedy, and that game should not be $60. Full stop. If it was like $40, I think people would have been like, this isn't the next masterpiece game that's going to change the landscape of the game industry. It's a good game in its own right, but it's not going to be this revolutionary thing. I think people would have been a little bit more forgiving towards it, but they really wanted to charge a AAA price for it, and definitely at launch it did not have AAA quality. It's one of those games where you could see that it was good, but it was released in a really dire state, and they did fix it very quick. Unfortunately, first impressions are everything, especially on Steam where you can refund. That's why like Borderlands 4 has so many refunds right now. We got people with 10K computers that have to use frame generation to get a playable frame rate. I mean, they're completely in the right to refund that shit. They have every right to do that. I would not fault anybody for doing that. But yeah, I'll do my part to put out some videos for it. I gotta make it run a little bit better. It's like, it doesn't really like my computer. Sometimes it just runs really poorly. I have no idea why. So, I gotta fix that. But they're still patching the game anyway. And also, the damn music gets copyright claimed. So, in terms of making my investment back on that game, it's just not gonna happen. So, I'm not really in a hurry. I have no reason to hurry at this point. As soon as I started streaming the game and they kept giving me copyright ID claims like every single time I would play it, I'm like, dude, I just do not care about making money off this game, like at all. It's gonna complete honest review with profit is not the goal, because apparently they just copyright claim everything.
Which is a shame, but
it's whatever. I'm not really too bothered by it. But yeah, to anybody who's watching who's wondering why I haven't made the video for that yet, that's why. Because I basically can't make any money back. Not even more than a couple bucks. So, the financial aspect, there's no reason for me to really wait. There's no reason to not wait, because, they copyright claim everything anyway. And then, they also keep patching the game, and that, I can tell you, as a content creator, that can put you in a really shit spot sometimes. You want to support the game, but, you might complain about something, and then the patch is like, oh, we got rid of that, or we made it, 6 times better. It's like, well, I already did a hit piece on that part of the game, because you didn't put it out in a good state. now I have to go back and do it again. Especially with Lost Suicide, that's an issue, because they've been basically spamming patches, which isn't a bad thing. They made a lot of improvements, but I don't know. Games that get patched that often are actually complete garbage to do overviews for. It really sucks. You basically have to accept that you may spend a very long time rambling about something that they'll fix the moment you publish the video. Which makes you look bad. But yeah, I do want to get that done this week. I think I pretty much got all the new systems unlocked, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow after the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct is in 12 hours.
oh snap.
Yeah. Alright, it's gonna be the last run of the stream, folks. Whether I rage quit or it ends, or I somehow beat these enemies with 50 digits of health, I gotta go after this, because I promised almost a couple of health. This will be the end of it for now. I might come back with some more Lost Soul Side later. But yeah, I wanna keep my promise. So go get something
Hell
to
yeah.
drink too. That's what I get out of it. It's something to drink or a snack or something. It's not a completely selfless deed, trust me. I want a haterade. They tend to hang out right by the grocery store, so I'll go ask them what they want and grab a drink for myself. Yeah, we'll give this one more shot. Let's see here. And get one rank 4. Come on, game. You're just really wanting me to go help my homeless friends, huh? You were trying to get me out of the house. That's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. Go help your friends. I'm gonna give you garbage RNG so you get out of here quicker. Alright, I see how it is. Actually, that lunge punch is pretty good. I think it does. How much more damage does it do? 5 times damage. That's actually a pretty good roll. Not the worst start, but could be better. I'm gonna have to take whatever blood gems I find. Should be able to get one from here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. Let me see here. I'll go ahead and take the core. I don't have that much money. Take the level 2. We'll fight the Common Rider boss now. Oh damn, one shot. See, this game can be fun. I'll take CDR actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. I got three blood already. Not bad. Damn, I need one more level 2. Perfect. Oh wow, I actually don't want to, I don't want to spend that one and keep it. That's 4 blood now. Probably are going to down something at the direct. I'll actually want to play tomorrow. I have some money saved up. They'll give us the God Hand remaster we need.
I think it's gonna be Muso. Is it gonna be a Muso?
I would expect Age of Imprisonment, the Hyrule Warriors 3. There's probably going to be a release date for that because that's supposed to be in the winter, and like we're getting pretty darn close to that. So I would assume. I'm still on the fence about doing a crowdfunding thing for that because I have to see if my Switch isn't going to get banned because mine is hacked. Granted, I never did any piracy. I only used it in one game to do frame patches, but I had to put some real research into that. I don't want people to donate. I don't want people to donate, and then there's that limitation. I think that it's okay.
Yeah.
I can't. I haven't really looked into it yet. So, also the game doesn't have a release date, and they've barely shown any gameplay for it. So that's the only thing they have on the Switch 2 that I care about at the moment. I definitely will have to get one eventually. From the games I want to play. Like right now, that's the only thing I'm looking at. So just kind of waiting until they bump up the marketing for it. Then I think they're all focused on that Pokemon. That's like the next biggest game they've got coming out.
I see.
But yeah, I would expect some information on that at least. If not, it's going to be at TGS at the end of the month. TGS is also supposed to have stuff on the Dynasty Warriors Origins DLC, and then the remaster. Find out then too. That's pretty exciting. I'm hoping they start to show some new weapons from the opening, because they haven't shown anything yet. Everything's been an existing weapon. What kind of crazy shit they're gonna have this time.
Yeah. And ultra creative when it comes to stuff. Like my mind was blown when I seen that skill tree in Neo 2 for the first time. Like I was like, oh okay. And I was like, yeah. Talk about surprise. Like there's not many games that go this above and beyond for move sets, dude. Like crazy.
I really think Kazan took a lot of inspiration from Neo, but then like the first level you can't even see the skill tree, so it just feels like slightly better full slot. But like that game is legit. It's a good game. It's about as close as you can get to Neo. There really isn't any other Souls-like that gets anywhere near that close. But the demo starts you at the beginning, and you know, you don't have access to that until you play for like 30-40 minutes. I think that was a mistake in retrospect. But seems like people who stuck it through that first level, it definitely stayed interesting the whole time. I hope that we get DLC for that game. I would definitely pay for some new weapons. That was the thing that really works about it. They only had 3 weapons. 3 weapon types instead of like in Neo, it's like 13 or something, or like 11, I think. It's way more. How much is this build gonna fall off on the next boss? The next boss legit has like 4 more digits of health. Having fun now, it's gonna evaporate real soon. Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm curious to see if I've built properly to the point where he won't be an HP sponge, but I'm not exactly gonna put money on it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll take the crit boots. I'll take that as well. That's actually a pretty significant damage boost. If I can find one more rank 2 gem, but that's gonna make it so I can't fuse it. Let's try to get something better on this. Oh wow, you know, that actually might be worth keeping. Every 1% increase in attack speed. What am I at right now? I'm at 12. So I guess I could build around attack speed and just keep that for now. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. You know, movement speed is actually pretty good in this game because your only defensive option is a dash that's on cooldown. But like these other ones are pretty good too. With how much I'm hitting, a 1% chance to instantly kill is like not bad.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take the movement speed actually. Movement speed is kind of low-key survivability in this game. If you're out of dashes and they try to attack you, I mean, you're pretty much boned because you walk really slow in this game. I think that's something they should fix. Base movement speed should be a little bit better, so you can actually try to dodge attacks without a dash. That might help. want to try to spec an attack speed. Got just enough to get another rank 4 gem, so I think I'm going to try to do that. Oh, there's a free one right here. Nice. Oh, it was a level 1, never mind. Scam deal.
Damn.
And he's giving away his worst stuff away for free. Alright, so let's try to reforge this. See if we can get a blood gem. Ah, perfect. Alright, so get rid of this 3 and put the 4 on. Not a bad build, actually. But it doesn't matter because of all the stat bloat. If I can kill this boss quick, this run has potential. Otherwise, it has a very high chance of rage quitting. How quickly will the third boss die? Because he's a big stat spike. Another rank 4. Another chance for a rank 4. How much of a sponge is this fucker gonna be? Yeah, he's still a sponge, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be helping my homeless friend very soon. Very soon. Very near future. I kinda wanna drink anyway, so the game's stupid. It's actually not that bad. He is going down relatively quick. Run might have a chance. But I'm not going to be too hard. And he went down pretty quick, actually. I kind of just have to take that, huh? Yeah. Get rid of this 3 and put the 4 on. Probably re-roll the affixes and try to get, like, boss damage. That's probably, the next best thing to do. Extra damage to bosses would be really big. So got 2 more to replace here. This is where the run usually goes to die. Stat gets out of control. He gets on that bike and everything gets like 1,000 times more health. Somehow getting on that bike just makes them stronger. Let's see here. Haven't crafted any sets yet either. That's not good. You better have Nunchaku. You better.
Better, dude. Like they had it in Ninja Gaiden, but not in Neo. Like, come on.
Fingers crossed.
And there's so many there's so many Ninja Gaiden references in Neo. Like come on, bro. They're probably gonna end up giving us the what's it called, the Vengorian flails or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
the bladed nunchuck.
Alright, so now, I think I want to re-roll these for boss damage. That's probably the next best thing to do. Try to circumvent the stat bloat. Alright, that one's not bad. Hold on. Just tweaking out. Interface was getting bugged. Yeah, let's get rid of these. If I could get like more boss damage, that would probably be the best thing right now.
We need Slay in this game.
Huh?
Slay or Slash.
Yeah.
Do damage in accordance to the enemy's health percentage.
Well, I'm not getting the best rolls right now, but I did get a little bit of extra damage. Like 30%. That might actually be enough to make a difference. We'll see. Oh, there we go. There's another 12%. All right. We'll see how it goes. This next boss is a Giga HP sponge. I think I made the right choices. That do? Yeah, Thunderbolt probability is 73%, and I'm getting 10% per attack speed. So it's at 26 right now, so it's getting like 300%. That might be why I'm not doing such wet noodle damage currently. Maybe. I don't know.
Keep it up.
Nothing matters in the boss. Bosses.
That's where reality sets in. You're like, ooh, I'm doing well.
Yeah, you get there and the game knocks you back down to reality real quick. That's kind of why the HP bloat in this game is like the biggest problem it is.
Reality hits you as hard as a Zangief command grab.
We're gonna try to make this work because this is the last game of this partial. Probably I won't be up too late tonight because of the direct.
Oh yeah.
People tend to get really disappointed with those, but I Usually the shit they shadow drop I'm like mega hyped for, like when they put out the Castlevania Dominus collection. I mean, those were big games for me. I was so excited for that. That direct was actually pretty awesome because they had that and then the Marvel collection and then Tales of Grace's remaster. I think that was all the same direct. That was a pretty stacked direct for me. Maybe those weren't like AAA Nintendo games, but that was the shit I was excited for. They can deliver something like that again. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm immediately going to the store and using this money that I've saved up in my wallet if they drop like a God Hand remaster. Like I will immediately go to the store.
Dude.
I probably wouldn't even turn the stream off. I would just run there and back. It's like a 5-minute walk. I'd immediately download that shit. I wouldn't even need to do it like DSP.
That would be the dream.
You know, if you don't get the donation, you turn off the stream. I already got the money. I already got the money saved up. If they drop something like that, man, I'm there. Don't need to do a wage quit. I already got the wage. Alright, how much health is this some bitch gonna have?
Oh.
What is this build, man?
Yeah. Wow. You're deleting this dude. Oh man, it's the 777 on the casino lever.
They got good dodge rolls.
Mhm.
Shredded. Look at this attack speed.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're looking like your character from Diablo
Which
with
one?
that attack speed. The I don't know if it was like the monk or whatever. I don't know about Diablo 4 like that, but you were just going around just attacking extremely fast.
If it was Diablo 3, yeah, I had a Zoomies build in that game. And I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I had, like, those punches. I was doing, like 20 punches a second. Like... It attacks me. Even if this doesn't clear, I'm glad I attained such velocity. This is what Dynasty Warriors Origins is missing. I need my Zoomies gameplay.
Orochi 4 at 50% turbo.
You know, Fuma, that was the funniest thing. Like, I started playing that game again, and I was wondering why it was so slow, and I forgot to put the command line for it on... Because on Steam Deck, you had to put a command line prompt, and then I put it in, and the game was like double speed. It was quite the adjustment. Because I had it on like 30% turbo or something crazy like that. Yeah, those mods are awesome.
definitely is, which kept me playing it. I wouldn't be still playing it if it weren't for those mods.
I think that's pretty normal. The mods definitely make it a lot better. I mean, like, nobody plays unmodded DMC, so that's not too out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
Ideally, I want, like, one more blood core. Wait a minute. Yeah, I only have room for one more spot. So it needs to be blood, unfortunately, because I need the 6 blood. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and recycle this one, and then try to get this one to be blood. Please, please, this might be the run. All right, there we go. All right, so I want to refine and try to get more boss damage. There we go. All right, is this the run? Let's see. I've got boss damage on almost everything. How much weapon damage do I have? 308. Damage to boss is 52. I can probably get some more boss damage on this, maybe. Need to go refinement, not reforge. That would be really bad. There we go, 12%. 64. I think I'm good with that. And I've got 2 revives. Whoa! Way too many Red Bulls, girl. You gotta reduce your calorie intake, your caffeine intake.
Over here attacking like how Busta Rhymes rap. Not bad.
Well, see, we have 2 problems here. The next boss is going to have a ton of health, and after that, there's another boss that has a ton of health, and one of them is a spider, and I am an arachnophobe, so I'm gonna have to face my fears to get past this. I hate the thing with a spider. I hate spiders. I hate big spiders. Small spiders are cool. I never kill small spiders. They are important. But big ones, no. Make an attempt here. Oh wow, I died? What killed me? What the hell killed me? What exactly killed me? I have like so much health. What? I am genuinely confused, game. What killed me with all this
I'm looking
healing?
at the playback.
I just might have to send them the VOD for this. I call bullshit there. I don't know what the heck killed me. I am genuinely confused. Well, at least I got an idea what to build now. I'm glad I streamed this, because I can always just try to copy this build later. Yeah, that was bullshit. I lost a revive. I have no idea what caused that. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Shredded.
It's been done.
Shredded.
Nice.
How many revives do I have? I only have one. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm careful.
Oops.
That's how you face your fears, folks. You just punch it with 800% attack speed. That's how you do it. I'm gonna try to go for the shop. Maybe there will be, Oh, yeah, that was a good idea. That was a very good idea. 15% damage reduction. I think it actually does want me to finish this game today. It seems like it might be mixed signals, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that boss went down way faster than last time. Oh, don't run away, coward. Bitch. Don't run away. The thing that's making this take longer is not necessarily that he has more health. He's not a stationary target. The spider mostly stays in the center, so burst it down real quick. Survivability is pretty good though. I have no idea what's after this though. I've never gotten this far.
You catch it all tree too.
Die, please. Why do you have so much health? Level 4 gems anymore. I've got a optimized build. Just take whatever. More attack speed would be nice. I'll take the rage recover. Guess I'll just do the shop. Another boss. Wow, they're just spamming bosses now, huh? It's even more exhausting. You just fought 1 HP sponge. How about another? Call right now and I'll triple the offer.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, this guy is stationary, so he's getting shredded. me a gameplay right here. I'm gonna need that final boss to sit his ass down. Then this run is guaranteed to finish. If he decides he needs to burn some calories, the run might be in jeopardy. I need you to sit your ass down, bro. Like, no movement at all. You need to be like Jabba the Hutt. Just chained to a chair.
Like
You need to be chained to a chair and not move. This run's gonna finish. This is a blind. This is completely blind, by the way. I have not seen any of this past the spider. Apparently, yes.
Should he need him to be like Jabba the Hutt? Oh, he doesn't look very
Ultra Instinct.
No.
Healthy ass. He's got balls of steel. He's been punched in the nuts like 30,000 times minimum. He's still going. Nuke looking crowd. Better not have another form after this, bro. slow.
Let's go.
There we go. It is done.
Let's go, man.
At least I think it's done. Is it done? Yeah, it is done. Well, GG's. Finally, after like hours of trying. I did a total of 3 billion damage.
Yeah.
So they really do have billions of HP. Not exaggerating. Well, there you go. That is a good thing to end the stream on. I gotta go see if my homeless buddies are outside. Go help them. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Alright.
I'm gonna leave the call up, Fuma. I just gotta
Okay.
gotta change clothes and head over there. I'm just gonna take a quick walk. But yeah, that was I'm glad I decided to go back on this. This is why I'm trying to learn to just give shit a break instead of endlessly trying. It was good to take a break. Got it done.
Yep. Nice work, man.
So I want to see what this is here. Oh, this is the cursed equipment, but some of it is in French, so I can't read it. Apparently there's a bug. Some bugged game mechanics here. Yeah, I can't read any French. I can read a little bit of most languages just because of all the different types of games I play. I can't read any French, so yeah, I might have to might be a DSP was right situation. It's bugged right now. that's my thanks for beating it, and sticking with it, and not giving up, because the text randomly went French. That's alright though. We'll check that out on the next stream tonight. So there'll be one more stream tonight.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going to go get a drink and see what my homeless buddies are up to. Go grab them a drink or something. I'll be back probably after I finish up with them, give or take. It might be like an hour or two. But yeah, I'm glad you guys got to see the win. Apparently the game just gets way more easy from that point, so that was like the real boss. I like how with all those punches, that crazy ass attack speed, that was still like a 5-minute boss fight. It still took so long. But I was basically unkillable. I had so much healing, and then I took that... I think what saved it was I took that turtle carapace or whatever it was called. It made it so I could only take like 20% of damage from a hit. And then I was healing all that back like instantly, so he couldn't kill me. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit.